March 1942. U-boat U-96 on patrol in the Mediterranean. Just want to let you know how I'm doing stuff. I work in metric units. It's just faster for me. I know for realism settings I should be working in knots. But I'll show you how I work in metric, and you can convert if you want. I do play with darker nights. Sometimes that's a little bit tough, but I like the hard settings, as you can tell with the AI. Realistic bilge, earth curvature, sailor management, collision damage, aiming mode, and detection hints. Here's kind of the lay of the land. We're working out of northern Italy here. Across our Mediterranean before we get to our patrol sector. You can see close to Morocco, Strait of Gibraltar here, and the Allied air base that we will possibly have to contend with. If we sink our fill of ships out here, we won't even have to get close. But maybe if we want something juicy. I'm going to top off, make sure I have all the supplies I need. Looks like I got plenty of food. Top off the cheese. We love the cheese. Top off the veggies. We're good on medical supplies. Ammunition. Deck gun is full. Flat gun full. Fuel, we're topped off. Torpedoes, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 tier 1s, 1, 2, 3, 4 tier 3s, tier 5s in the stern torpedoes. Any items? We got some coffee. We got a spare helmet and rebreather. Let's take an extra breathing apparatus. 15 hours to load up. I'd like to dedicate this patrol to Petty Officer 2nd Class Stephen Swango. He's been a reliable and a good friend to me for years. He's a rare individual indeed. He served from April 76 to April of 1982 on the FFT-1 USS Brookes. I remember stories of Subi Bay in the Philippines and Olongapo City, and also something about climbing on a crane. Anyways, Steve, this one's for you. Bruno Schneider. He is our senior sailor here. Bruno. Make sure to get the water out of the boat. Wasn't much. It's good to do on the regular.
To the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye, Piccadilly.
14 meters. All right.
Diese Routine bringt mich um. Jeden Tag das Gleiche.
Man, you said it, brother. Start getting to get dark, and we got about 4.5 hours left on the oxygen. So, I'm gonna pop up a snorkel. Give the boys some fresh air. Show you what we got going on with the snorkel here. There we go. I'm a big fan of the snorkel, man. Cruising with the low profile. Stay underwater, keep your fresh air. We can also now switch to diesel.
Wechseln auf Dieselmotor.
Run the engines. Now we'll pick up some speed. Also make a little bit of smoke, but that's a heck of a lot better than sticking up out of the water. Alright, man, we're moving. Alright, so it's getting dark too. I think it's about time to switch up the lights. We'll throw on the red lights. Run the pump. There goes the water.
Auf Seerohrtiefe.
Much better.
Wechseln auf Hebel.
Herr Kaloi?
Alright, back on duty, back up to 27 clicks per hour. We are about to reach our patrol. We are only about 70 clicks out.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Aufsehertiefe.
Rohrtiefe gehen.
Aufsehertiefe.
Alright, so we reached our patrol sector. I'm gonna radio it in. Pretty sure we don't have any enemy ships around us. I'm gonna take my guy off the radio, put him onto the listening station, and we shall get to work. Let's cut our speed down. Yeah, 26th of March, we start the hunt. See, this is good. My officer's warming up torpedoes already. Okay, so I'm just going to cruise along my little zigzag course here until my radio officer picks up something. Going pretty slow. Going on the electric. We're pretty quiet. It's sunny out, so we got to make sure we keep our distance from any warships. Sun's coming up.
Aufsehertiefe. Herr Kaloi, ich habe eine große Gruppe von Schiffen festgestellt.
Well, listen to this. Propeller noise. Let's see how far. About 120 clicks out. They're going 13 clicks an hour. I'm going to try to remember that. 13 clicks an hour. Current bearing 72.4 degrees. Or I'm sorry, correction. Course. Their course. Alright. Set an interception course. I'll just right click on it. Either that or I could come here.
Zu Befehl.
72.4. Here we go. He's already reporting the target speed, course, and distance. Those are the three critical things we need for actually launching our torpedo. Aside from dispersion and speed of the torpedo itself, those three critical components.
So müde.
Alright, let's get our other radio officer, listening station,
Kapitän.
technician officer, correction. 72 degrees, 13 clicks per hour.
Herr Kaloi, ich habe eine große Gruppe von
Yeah,
Schiffen
we should
festgestellt.
still, yep. Now they're a lot closer. Get that guy off duty, get these guys off duty. Okay, so there are potentially 6 ships in this. There's probably a destroyer in this group, so I'm going to try to actually come in kind of quiet. I'm going to turn off my gyro compass, kick on the blue lighting, get rid of the snorkel. And we're actually going to get a little bit more depth too. So you can see I'm cruising a little bit deeper now. No chance that they're going to spot anything. Snorkel, periscope, none of that.
Aufsehertiefe.
Now I've got no equipment running that they can hear, so I'm pretty quiet. Keep my speed nice and low. And I've got about full day on battery at this speed. Okay. So we are 29 clicks out.
Kurs an.
20 Meter.
Detection should come pretty soon here. So if I did not know the course, I'm going to show you how I get this course pretty soon. This is the way I've learned to do it for literally hundreds of these ships. So remember the speed. Speed's probably going to stay consistent unless I alert them. If they get alerted, they'll start zigging and zagging. And then they'll try to actually have a hot burn and catch up to the speed that they were planning to be at. Seeing some of those memes where captains are complaining about their targets all of a sudden accelerating. Well, after they've been alerted, they can potentially do that. They also don't want to be hit by torpedoes. Give my captain one additional guy. Alright, let's come up to periscope depth. See if we can take a peek. Detection. Alright, we are in business. There he is. Oh, he's got guns. Alright, so it's good we stayed low. It's not a destroyer, though. Alright, so as soon as I spot him, just mark a beginning point for each ship that you can actually see. This will just make it so much easier later. You can confirm courses, etc. Okay, so they've got a course roughly like 80 degrees or so. They're heading up this way. I want to intercept out here.
Kurs setzen.
I want to be going as perpendicular to them as possible. And when I launch my two fish, I'm going to try to get the furthest boat first. Looks like these two guys are both Liberty ships. No? One, two, three. Looks like just this one. Ooh, there they are. Oh, baby. Yes, sir, we are hunting. So I'm going to lock on the furthest ship out. Alright, so the first top icon here is just our zoom. That's regular zoom, half zoom, max zoom. We can change the aspect of how we're looking at the periscope, full up on the lens, holding the periscope handles, or I believe this one is to set up so that we are trying to gauge our elevation based off the level of the water. I believe that's what this is for. Statometer work. Anywho. So, we're gonna try to recognize our ship first. It looks like we have an Empire Explorer for the second ship. First one's gonna be Liberty class, I believe. I'm going to lock it in on that guy. Over here. Alright, so lock in our livery. Recognize. Now I'm just going to make sure. Oh boy, I'm glad I did that. Liberty ship as well. Okay. No? Empire Tower. Okay, mark this guy. Mark this guy. So the ship that actually poses the biggest threat here is probably closest to us. These two. This guy has no guns. This guy's got a gun out. Okay, so these three ships have to be sunk before we can engage with our deck gun. I'm going to try to sink these two here first. So this one. Cannot see the ship name yet. Cannot identify her. That's okay. We'll get her. So I'm going to talk about how I do this really quick. The first thing I kind of think about is how close I'm going to be when I'm engaging these ships. How far away I'm actually going to be when I launch the torpedo. And that is the distance I want to set here when I'm setting up my torpedo calculations. So if I know I'm going to launch torpedoes at both this one and this one simultaneously, I'm going to launch at this one first. And it's probably going to have another, 1,000 meters on it. It's probably going to have a click distance that torpedo is going to have to travel before, because I want them to land at the same time, essentially. You'll see what I'm doing. So I'm going to launch at this one first, wait a couple, launch at this one. Now that means when I'm out here, this ship is going to be further away than this one. So what I'm going to do is, as I enter in my calculations, I'll just put it in like this. I'll launch this one when I'm 3 clicks out. And then this one when I'm 2 clicks out. Now, for distance calculation, that's all I have to do if I know I'm launching at that range. Those distances are locked in. I can move on to the rest of the calculations. Otherwise, it's really easy to just come in here, pull a ruler and confirm distance. Now, the way I like to do it if I'm actually moving on the fly, you'll see I'll use the statometer first, statometer, and then I will confirm the distance on the map. And we'll see how we work this. Alright, so we know that's a Liberty ship. We know that. Let me lock on this one. Alright, there we go. That's another Liberty ship, so let's identify it. Yep, looks good. Alright, now, so for gauging this distance here, I'm going to make sure I'm on the view mode for the water gauging. And come over here, set the crosshair to the water. And all I'm going to do is use Q and E. Q. To set up the images so that the mast meets the water line. And when they just touch, just want to click on set. Look at that, it says 6 kilometers out. Alright, so I'll come back here. I can confirm. That's roughly 6 clicks. So that's how the statometer works. That is not the distance I'm actually going to launch my torpedo. So I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to change it. Okay. So you'll have to update this as you engage at different distances. I want this one to be at 2 clicks, this one to be at 3 clicks when I launch close to the same time. You'll see how it works. And I'm going to try to get both torpedoes in front of this Liberty ship.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Alright, now I can come back here to figure out the course. The best way I know, when I have my initial point, I set another point in here. Pause it, or super slow-mo. Says current. And then I come back in here to the protractor. Click on this guy to lock into that point. I'll come back into the initial one. And what I do is I zoom all the way in here, kind of center the point in here. And with my mouse hovering over it, I get ready to click it, and I'm not going to move my mouse anymore. Not at all. All I'm going to do is I'm going to push the W arrow key and move it directly north for a good bit. Click again, and that should be due north. Now that bearing is 72, and I can confirm that when my radio officer initially pulled up the course, it was 72.4. Using this, it checks out. The other thing I like about this method is I can come back in here with the ruler, start at the initial point that I saw the ship, before it ever changed course. As long as the course hasn't changed, come back in here, line it up so that that initial line and this new line really kind of line up. Then I know where he's going to be. Readjust my course so I'm coming at perpendicular lines, close to it. My speed's good. My depth is pretty good. I actually want to be a little bit deeper. I'm not going to be relying on the periscope anymore. Oh, actually, no, I should. Okay, so to get the speed, we're going to use the Chronometer Tool. Notice that at the present moment, it doesn't look like the ship is moving relative to the crosshair. That's because I am locked on the target. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, like I said, come to the Chronometer Tool. Just go just a little bit in front of it so you have a little bit of time. Click on it and you will see the boat will relatively start moving. You start as soon as you cross the front, the bow. Crosshair there. I'm just timing the length of the ship. How long it takes for that known distance to cross a point. Speed and distance. Or we'll get the distance from, or we'll get the speed from the distance and the time it takes. Almost now. And stop. Set. 12 kilometers per hour. Now that was pretty good. I know that it's actually 13. But that approximation tool got us really close. My radio technician told me before that it was 13. And I know from doing this a couple hundred times that it's actually 13 kilometers per hour for the normal convoy speed. You'll get used to it. Kilometers per hour. We know the course is 72.4 degrees. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing. 3, 3, 3. Good. That guy, 2 clicks. 13 kilometers per hour. 72.4. They're all heading the same way. They're all in the same convoy. They're going the same speed, same direction. Only thing that's going to vary is the distance. As long as nobody is alerted. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit more depth here. Just make sure nobody spots me. There she is. There's my prey. Looks like she's riding a little deep. She must be heavy. She's riding kind of low in the water. Let's check our other ship. She too is riding deep. be chock full of goodies. Oh baby, we are creeping. Ha. I love the atmospherics of this game.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Okay, so I'm going to have to adjust the range of these targets. Make this 2 clicks. I'll get this guy in at 1 click. I doubt he's going to be able to see at this depth. I'll give it a shot. Ooh, we're close.
Auf Seerohrtiefe gehen.
Actually, forget that. Let's stay deep.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten.
Okay, so I do also notice that when you are firing torpedoes, if your rudder indicator is off center, i.e. your boat is turning while you're firing that torpedo, it's going to have an impact on whether or not it's true to its course. It seems to jostle it, I guess, as it comes out. And people also say that, like, oh, well, with this version, with the 128B, that you can fire with any direction and the torpedo will correct. Now, that's accurate because the torpedo will try to correct beyond 90 degrees, but the accuracy of the torpedo's course itself, if you're forcing it to go through that procedure, more often than not, I find it misses. So I like to have my boat lined up with the course of the torpedo and not have the rudder all over the place if I'm actually taking a shot. So sometimes I'll bring this up and I'll wait until this goes back and forth and just touches the 0 before I actually hit the fire button. We need to warm up our torpedoes. I'm going to shoot a T2 first. It's electric. It's not going to be on steam. Man, these are going to be close shots. Almost going to be point blank. I'm going to do this. I think I'm just going to take out one of them. I'm going to take one shot on this run and then I'll come back for the other one.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Alter my course a little bit. Wait for my rudder to stabilize. And see how the boat itself is actually turning. Cut this down to 1 click. We're getting close in. That's my target. That's her right there. This is the rear tube. I'm working with these 4 right here. Nobody's on my tail right now. Yeah, this is going to be an easy shot. So close.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Alright, here we go. Let's flood the tube.
Bewässern.
Rohr 2, fertig.
Yep. Rudder's in the middle.
Los!
Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag.
So it looks like we're going to miss that first ship. Okay, this is good. This is good.
20 Sekunden. Sekunden bis Einschlag.
So the torpedo's generally coming in from that direction. Out here. 20 seconds out.
Der A ging daneben, Herr Kaloy.
My technician says it's a miss. I bet he's wrong.
Schwere Schäden am Rumpf.
Good hit. Good hit. Okay, the convoy is definitely alerted now, though. I think we got a crippling shot there.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Now you can see here the targets are alarmed. If I click on this one, alarmed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my speed.
Kurs
Just
auf
kind of
diese
cruise
Koordinaten setzen.
until they chill out.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Look at that. Empire Low sunk. Torpedo was plenty to take him down.
Melde mich zum Dienst.
Schneller, schneller!
Now, hopefully you can see that, yeah, while the ship is still alarmed, she's going to be trying to turn back and forth. See, turn to the port. Yeah, now she's trying to turn to starboard. So she'll try to cut back and forth to bob and weave, dodge those torpedoes. But she should ultimately come back on her initial course to get to the same destination.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Schneller, schneller!
Looks like they are no longer alarmed. Looks like they think they're safe enough from whatever took down their buddy. knots.
Kurs setzen.
Okay, so I'm going to be shooting at the tail end, which means it's going to be a skinny target, but
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
If it hits them, it means they're pretty much done.
Legen Sie den
See how
Kurs
much
an.
battery life we got. 7 hours left. Doing well. Still good on oxygen. Yeah, she looks to be sailing parallel to her true course, her initial course.
Kurs setzen.
I think she's ready to be brought down. Pretty steady on our rudder. Depth is 12 meters.
Rohr 3, bewässern.
Rohr 3 bewässert.
Los!
Alright, so I'm going to be firing at 2 targets, so you definitely got to close out of the torpedo. If you want to switch targets, and if I were to just have this open, and then click over here on the other target, like, it's not going to switch for me. I got to close that, switch targets, and then start setting this up for evaluation. .4. We got all the criticals. Now we can bring up our torpedo.
Rohr 1, bewässern.
I'm going to crank this guy up. Set the depth there.
Rohr
That's good.
1 bewässert.
So yeah, my T1 is steam driven, but it can go faster. I'm going to wait till this one gets close. Roughly the same distance. It'll be about there. So 930, 940. So when my torpedo gets about here, roughly, I'll keep adjusting this. Yeah, that's when I should launch. So fish, we're getting close. The idea
Torpedo
here
ist auf halbem Weg zum Ziel.
is to get both torpedoes landing at close to the same moment. I'm sending it. Go. Man, look at that one cook. Ooh, it's going a lot
40
faster.
Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag.
That's right, this one's going...
30 Sekunden. Sekunden.
Oh, baby, yeah, it's hauling.
Sekunden
Well, we'll
bis
see if
Einschlag.
the alarm alerts our buddy here.
Treffer. Schwere Schäden am Rumpf. 40 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag.
30 seconds. See how hard she turns. She's alarmed.
30
See if the
Sekunden.
torpedo got close enough.
Sekunden.
Should be coming in here. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that's fatal. Man, both Both fish landed. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be the last of the boats with guns. She's hurting. No guns. She's intact. Oh, she's got a gun. Alright, she's the new focus. Yeah, going down here, man. Look at that hole. Prop stopped. She's taking water. Yeah, she's going down. Gun's not going to do you much good now. Send to the bottom.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Okay. I'm going to shoot it 2 clicks out, wait for her to go back to normal speed. Course is set.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Now this ship here, she is crippled. She's not going anywhere. Mark that one so we can finish her.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Rohr 3 geladen.
Still alarmed. That's all right. We're patient. We're patient. She's still scared, man. Yeah, freighter, she knows what's coming for her. Get up alongside. Get ready for a good clean shot.
Rohr 1 geladen.
Okay, she's no longer alarmed.
Kurs setzen.
Only about a click out. T1.
Rohr 3.
That's good.
Bewässern.
Crank up the
Rohr
speed.
3 bewässert.
Los!
And she's off.
40 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. 10 Sekunden bis Einschlag. Der Aal ging daneben, Herr Kaloy.
He thinks it's a miss. I think it looks pretty good to me. There it is. Good hit. Midships, we got fire. That should bring her down. Sorry, buddy. And her props are still cranking. That was it. Now she's abandoning ship. On fire, that boat is done. And that looks like it. let's go back and we'll finish our job. Let's get some fresh air.
Tanks anblasen!
Alright, so to the surface.
Motor.
Kapitän,
Oh, what? It's empty? That is no bueno. I get no loot. What's the point of being a Viking pirate if you can't get any loot?
Schneller, schneller! Schneller, schneller!
Alright, let's go finish off this last boat. We'll use the 8.8 Mike. Oh man. Seems we have a coward on board. What do we got? Oh boy. Eric Schwartz.
Herr Kaloi.
Oh man. It's not really that bad of a situation. I guess we can just have him calm him down. This is the last time on this boat, though.
Das ist das Ende!
Yada, yada, yada. May as well check what's going on in the galley. Restock some fruits. They're our lowest. Put in 24. That's good. Let's also fill up on cheese. Good, good. Alright, let's get the captain and calm him down. It's gonna be a problem if he's making noise and there are warships nearby. That's
Herr Kaloi.
I have to choke him out. Ooh. It's tough to see that crosshair. There we go, that's a splash.
Feuer an Deck!
That's another splash. We got some fire. She's burning. Not quite sinking though. Oh, come on, baby, burn.
Legen Sie die Kurse. Schneller, schneller!
Okay, we better run our compressors while we can. Run our pump. Gyro compass back up. Red light. Should be good. Our health is ticking away.
Kapitän. Herr Kaloi. Herr Kaloi. Höhlenbruch, Sie sinken!
Oh yeah, she is.
Kapitän?
Alright, time to send the messages. Alright. Got credit for our kills.
Herr Kaloy? Bestätigt. Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloy.